Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Nice to meet
Can you hear
you.
me? Great to see you.
Just over 6 months ago, Kwasi Kwarteng was Chancellor, launching a mini-budget that would send the economy into a tailspin and see mortgage rates shoot up.
But I'm not going to cut the additional rate of tax today, Mr. Speaker. I'm going to abolish it altogether.
Mr Kwarteng was sacked in October, but remains a prominent Conservative MP. Now he's about to have a job interview with Soo-yeon Lee, Vice President of External Affairs at the South Korean firm Hanson Consulting, for a position on the company's International Advisory Board.
Because I'm in my secretary's office now. I just had a problem linking in with my computer, but we're okay, good to go now.
Okay, that's good to hear. I mean, how are you today, sir?
I'm very well. I'm sitting in my office in Parliament, reading some very interesting information about not only geopolitics.
Geopolitics. It's an interesting
about Ukraine and Russia and all that, and also the energy crisis.
What Mr Kwarteng doesn't know is that Hanson Consulting doesn't actually exist. It has no clients, no money and no staff, and Soo-yeon Lee is an undercover reporter. I'm Anthony Barnes and I've been an investigative journalist for more than 20 years, and Led by Donkeys approached me to help them conduct an experiment. Would serving MPs still find time to take on another job furthering the interests of a foreign company during the cost of living crisis? We wanted to know how much time the MPs would be prepared to make available to that company and how much they'd ask to be paid. It's not against parliamentary rules for an MP to take a second job or a third or a fourth job, nor is it against the rules for them to work for a foreign company, and there are no limits on what they can earn and how much time they can spend. And maybe that's the problem. Certainly, a clear majority of the public think it's wrong for serving MPs to also work for a private company.
We've been trying to build up this board who has both politics and also business background as well, because we need to know where the wind is blowing. We need an expert who knows more about the policy regulations into the sectors that we've been investing in.
Mr Kwarteng tells us why he thinks he's the right man for the job.
But I'm very pleased to talk to you. I mean, I've been a business and energy minister for 3 years. I was treasurer, chancellor. I've got a lot of experience.
Yes.
In the UK. But also I was talking as energy minister to an international field, as you'll appreciate. Mm-hmm. So I was talking to, my American counterparts, my German counterparts, my French and Italian, G7. And so I can tell you exactly where I think things are in Europe.
Mr Kwarteng suggests the Tory whips will allow him to attend board meetings for our foreign company.
So first I know in my email I've mentioned that there will be 6 board meetings throughout the year, 1 in South Korea and 5 in Europe. And just wanted to make sure that your availability as member of parliament, do you think that's something?
I could do that. I'm very flexible.
Okay, that's good to hear. I mean, it's just that we weren't really sure of the British political processes, so we wanted to make sure.
I'm a senior politician, got a majority of 70. Mm-hmm. I can work. We have whips, I'm sure you do in Korea, but I can work with them to make sure that as long as the meetings don't move like a whole week, mm-hmm. I'm sure I can make that work.
That sounds promising to us. Thank you. And also, we might ask also one-off meetings depending on the urgency, like the pressing issues that we need to discuss or decide at hand. Sure. So will you be available for those as well?
I should be, but obviously they're whole meetings. In all seriousness, I think you seem extremely professional, and I would be very interested to see what you have to offer in this regard.
Okay. I mean, regards to one-off meetings, it will mostly be over a call, Zoom call, virtually. So
Zoom, I can do a Zoom call at a minute's notice.
Okay.
Mr Kwarteng then explains why he's uniquely qualified for the role.
I've had a broad experience of business and finance, also international, given my cabinet level experience, the fact that I was energy secretary during the Ukraine crisis, during the energy crisis. And I'm also, briefly as Chancellor, I looked at the challenges of public finance. So I would say, my generation in the UK, there are very few people who've had the breadth of experience that I had. across business and politics at the highest level. There are probably 2 or 3 people. And none of them that I can think of had anything like the energy experience I've had. I was an energy minister for 3 years as a junior minister and also as the cabinet minister.
Yes.
So I've had just to sell myself, I've had a really broad experience of energy, of public finance, and also in the corporate sector when I was younger, that I think I can contribute to any board discussions in a helpful way.
I mean, given your expertise and your experience, you're only one of the few that really has those business and political backgrounds that really...
Yeah, I would say that, yeah.
Business and political background that really understands the sectors that we've been investing into. We are really willing to pay the right level for the right person. So we would like to talk about arrangements of fees. I mean, do you have a daily rate?
Yeah, I mean, a yearly rate.
Yes.
I mean, I would say as an MP, obviously I don't need to earn a king's ransom, but I would do anything less than for about $10,000 a month.
Dollars or pounds?
Well, pounds sterling.
Sterling's okay. 10,000 pounds a month.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds...
What sort of ballpark are you looking at?
Actually, we were looking into, I mean, this is just a number that's in front of me. I put it down in my memo, so I'm just looking into it. So actually, we were looking into 8,000 to 12,000 pounds a day.
Yeah, okay. How many days a month is that?
I mean, we have 6 board meetings, but it's just that...
Okay.
There will be more days back and forth, so...
Yeah, we're not a million miles off. Yeah, okay. I mean, 8 to 10,000 a day, that's fine. But I'm thinking if there are 12 days that I do a year, that's 12. That's the numbers we can work. We can work with the numbers. But yeah, 8 to
we would definitely will be willing to pay the top of the range. So.
Okay. Well, it's particularly if I'm going to Korea, I'd expect to be compensated for that.
Yes, definitely. We will arrange all the compensations and all that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 10,000 a day, and I'd invoice it each day. I wouldn't expect a regular retainer, but we could do it that way as well.
So 10,000 pounds a day.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
We mentioned that we'll soon be in Britain.
And also, regards to setting up the meeting, I mean, we're basically trying to meet the right person for the right occasion. Yeah. So is this also something that you'd be able to help us with?
Yeah, I could help you a bit. I mean, obviously, we'd have to have a relationship, but you seem like a really intelligent, pleasant, and easy to deal person.
Later, talk turns to Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson is the best campaigner you will ever see.
Wow, I mean, we're hoping to meet him someday, maybe.
I'm sure you will. I mean, let's talk. I'm sure we could try and arrange that.
Oh, sounds good. I mean, I'll let him.
I'm not pressing anything, but he's someone I know. He's a great guy.
Okay.
And then we begin to wrap up the job interview.
So I've got a very international perspective, I would suggest, given my energy experience and also given my own family background. And I think it would really fit. I mean, the more I speak to you, I think it would be really good for us to pursue this kind of relationship.
So, so far in our conversation, I believe that this position itself is something that you're interested in.
Yeah, I'm interested in it.
Okay, so.
I think I do a good job at it. I think
yes.
In terms of my interests, I think I'd be very well placed to help advise you.
We said our goodbyes and told the former Chancellor we would be in touch shortly. During the entire conversation with Mr. Kwarteng, he never once mentioned his constituency duties. We asked Mr. Kwarteng for a statement, but at the time of publication, we had not yet received one.